Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. We are in week 4, the final week of the first cycle of season 6. This is Echo Arena, VRML channel 2, and I am Newton Dash, aka Newton Dad, aka Newton Dude, or whatever. We got a nice match here tonight. We got Tyro NA facing off against Beach Floppas. A lot of well-known names in this game. People we see in pubs, we have seen many seasons here on Echo Arena in the VRML matchups. So it's awesome to have all these people here and ready to play. Everybody is in the arena. So a nice little treat for me there to call the ready up on time, on schedule, and like predicted. So on Tyro NA, we got on the left side, they are in orange, and they will be Cool Whip, Chuck Not Norris, who is actually subbing in tonight, Wiggles, and Karlov. And on the blue side, we have for the team Beach Floppas, got Nostratic. You got Pip Wee, or Pip UI if you prefer, Nika Rift, and Lufo. So these 8 are going to square off and find their way into the arena here very soon. And orange team's ready. Blue team's ready. So we're going to do this. Let's go. Round 1. Bring ourselves into the center of the arena and take a view of the disc we love to throw around. So there it is, and here we go. Waste no time. This is a seemingly a gold versus a silver match, or sorry, versus plat match right now, based on the images we see on in between the two banners there, gold and orange and blue. So take it for what it is. It is probably a very high gold, low plat match if I was going to guess. The first possession taken by Beach Floppas, and they're moving into the orange zone. That is Pip with the disc, and they look back and find the back pass. Nostra got it. Nostra bringing it up and tossing it into the bubble, but that's picked off immediately. Cool Whip not having that one. She tosses that one all the way through into the other side. We should see some stacks flying through here momentarily. There they are, and nobody gets it right away. Carl picks it up and dances down the wall. Gets a nice slider pass there into the player inside the bubble there. Wiggles takes a touch on it and gets it bounce off the wall, and unfortunately that winds up being a clear. Picked up by Pip, dropped off the wall, and this looks like it could be the first points. No, slapped away. They have to try even harder. Nostra under pressure has the pass behind the goal, and Lufo says, "Hey dude, let's finish up here. Why are we playing around?" Is Echo shutting down CV1 servers? Number 1, there's no such thing as a CV1 server. Number 2, no. So there's your answer to your silly question. There's no appreciable difference between the CV1 and the Quest as far as how it connects to servers. So those two things are exactly the same on the client side, other than the technical things that happen inside the headsets, but no. So this is now a shot from Chuck Not Norris, and Chuck takes that one from down low. 3 points for the side of Tyro NA, so that is the first points on the board for them. Chuck is a perennial hero of this game. He's been around this game longer than most of us has, and is very fun to play with. I've gotten to play with him a few times, and it is always a treat. Don't know why they're subbing in today, but they are, so Chuck gets to play. Pip now holding up at the nest, looking to draw out the orange stack, and does bring it out a little bit. The pass goes by them, and they're moving forward. Is Nico under pressure, pulling it back and getting it over to Pip. Pip walking it forward, getting it back to Nico. Nico now looking around, under a little pressure. Chuck's right there on his heels, and we got it passed back to Lufo. Lufo now ducking, anchoring, pulling off a couple things, getting denied. That was a combo of Carl and Chuck taking care of business there for the defensive side, and they are getting the disc out of trouble there as it gets back into the blue side. Picked up momentarily by Carl. Carl throws it away just to kind of keep it out of danger, but it is picked up immediately by Pip. Pip now bringing it back on the side of Beach Floppas, and now they're moving into the Tyro side. Tyro under pressure, getting the disc now out of their zone, and off it goes. Bouncing around, a little free disc time there. Lufo taking a hand on it and throwing it forward into the Tyro zone. It's a race, and the first one there is Carl, who takes a hand on it and throws it away for Tyro and gets it into the mid. Picked up now by the teammate, Cool Whip. Cool's looking around, has a forward pass there, gets it cleaned up there. Chuck moving, but gets picked off by Lufo right away. Just a little bit too much time with the disc right there in the front. That is an opportunity, but not an opportunity for the blue side, so that winds up being a big orange clear, and they needed that one. Ooh, under pressure now. Carl was taking a little heat from the 3 blue bodies over there, putting pressure on. That line was not good. It was a little bit low, and off the bounce there winds up being another setup, essentially, for the blue team to come in on offense. The cross pass is good, and we see them coming in on the far side. You got Lufo posted up here on the near side, gets the disc, bounces off a couple of geos, sends it high, has the stun on Pip, but the cleanup is there. Nico takes care of that one, helping out Pip a little bit. As they get that one done, is now 1 point lead for Beach Floppas, as Tyro has had that 1 3-pointer and nothing else so far. 6 minutes to go in this round for round 1, and we are looking at some fun. This is going to be a 3-set tonight. Hopefully we stay nice and on time. Sometimes we don't. It just happens, and we'll do our best. We started this one right smack on time, so that's a good sign of things to come. We got a nice stack going on there. Pip and company moving that one forward for the Beach Floppas and turning that one into 2 points right away. That is Lufo with help there from Pip as they rolled that one pretty fast into the zone, and that just left Tyro going, uh-oh, we got to get back. So 3 points difference. Just one shot can make the difference up, or a pair of actually a few twos, or one nice big 3 could take care of the business. But it's going to tie up with 1-3. So Wiggles now working. She's got the disc. She's rolling up. So long pass over there forward. Nice one from Wiggles. We got the bounce pass over the top. So Tyro's setting up for a little offensive action, but Wiggles under pressure now gets the bell rung and passes around the front. So it's still on the offense for Tyro, but they finally do spend a little too much time trying to figure things out. Lufo getting a hand on it, throwing it all the way through. Looks like almost a good bounce, but not quite. But Nico Rift had enough speed on the travel, took care of it for the team, and it is now a 5-point lead for Beach Floppas. Yes, Mark Ramsey says, let's go Tyro. Good to see Tyro fam supporting their friends and the family and everything. That's a great group of adults who play Echo Arena, and it's so nice to have that aspect, that element in the game and in the competitive scene. It can tend to look like it's a young kind of scene, but it's nice to have a little variety. So this being one of the variety teams, Tyro NA, and there's a few of them out there who are of the sort of adult and more mature style, which it's good to have a nice mix. Now Wiggles working around on this geo here, not to call them old or anything, but they're not. I'm old. Wiggles with the disc thrown over the geo there and getting it cleared over the blue defense, but it does wind up back in their hands. So they throw it back out. Wiggles had moved back into position, so she's got it taken care of over here, and she's working another high bouncer. Does have the nest. Cool Whip is over there and gets the cutter. Cool found Carl on the move, and that one was enough for 2, and that brings the game back to 3-point difference. It is now 5-8 in favor of Beach Floppas. 8 points for them. 3 minutes or so left on the clock, and hey, wait, you're all young. Just trust me, I'm the old dude, so everybody's young compared to me. Don't worry about that, we got you covered. Good to see everybody out there in the Twitch chat. We got Nostra picking it up and dancing around the far wall as things develop and the teams move into the orange bubble. That is Pip with the hook shot, moving from south to north across that goal and taking care of it, getting a 5-point lead back on top for Beach Floppas as they apply a little pressure here now and try to seal up this first round. You got just over 2.5 minutes to go. It becomes crunch time in quick order here, and we'll see how they handle it. Tyro now with the disc, trying to answer the call. Wiggles has the pass over toward the tunnel, but they really just don't go too far with that. Chuck now posted up on the cloud block there and just moves forward as the stun came out, trying to exercise some numbers advantage. Carl getting the disc now and has a pass underneath. The goalie is in the goals, so no shooting long there unless they stun that one out. Carl just keeps walking up and doesn't manage to get past Lufo. Lufo now throwing it high, has a connection there to Nico Rift, and it gets picked off on the next throw from Nico over into the other side. So that is Cool Whip making the turnover there, bringing it forward to Chuck not Norris. Chuck has a pass forward to Carl. Carl now looking to slow it down just a hair and pull the defensive players out of position. Brought it back to Bow Tie, to Wiggles. Wiggles thrown up to Cool Whip, and Cool finishing that one off no problem. Brought it back to a 3-point game. They are ready to rally for possession and tie this up or pass the Beach Floppas. Floppas holding on to that lead. Time's on their side, so they can unwind this clock, and hopefully for them, they can just call this round done and move on to round 2. They are rolling out with the disc here. It is Pip UI taking that one, and it's over to Lufo. Lufo now with a forward pass, has another pass down Nico to Nostra. Nostra looking around, floating a bit, gets the pass over to Pip. Pip off the line a little bit, but the cleanup was a 0 angle. Really hard shot to try to do over there from the left side, or sorry, from the right side. Cool Whip on the hand there. That one goes deep in the backfield and winds up being clear momentarily as Chuck Not Norris makes himself known here, brings this one forward. The ultimate Texas Knot Ranger, and brings it into the bubble, but it gets denied by Pip. Pip throwing it forward. It bounces off the wall. Not quite out of the zone just yet. Picked up by the team Tyro NA, so they pick that up, bring it back in. So looking to deliver it into the goal is Cool Whip, and just stunned on the moment. Lufo dives out and gets the nice stun on the defensive action. Pip now with the loose disc and throws it long, looking for a bit of a mail slot perhaps. The disc looking to get cleared, but doesn't get all the way out the zone, so it is bouncing around, and now Chuck will work to get it out of the valley side. As he gets that bouncer off the walls, it is free disc down low. The stack is there. Chuck is back on the top, takes the shot, had the line, but the defense was denying that. Holding on to that 3-point lead is Beach Floppas. They are looking at 5 seconds left, and that will be the round. Beach Floppas taking that one by 3. I love how the arena announcer fills us in on all the intimate details that I just gave you. Blue team won. That's the end of this round. And now here's your stats. So, looking at them coming through the first round, Beach Floppas on top. So we see them with 10 points on the board, and it's fairly evenly spread out. The only one who hasn't scored is Nostra. So, we're seeing, Pip with 2 and Nico with 4, as well as Lufo with 4. As we hear the pause come out, you can always take that pause in between rounds. It's a freebie, so use it if you need it. But yeah, the numbers are coming through. The attempts is what really is telling the tale. They took a lot more attempts, Beach Floppas did, so they had that saying that they had a lot more opportunities in front of the goal to make things happen. Tyro had some good possession time, but possession could also be us walking the disc back from the orange side into the blue side, so it doesn't always tell the tale of the tape necessarily. Saves always do. Saves tell us that, hey, well, A, we're getting shot on, and B, we're keeping things out of the goal. So they're tied up 1 each on that one. Lufo and Karlov getting those 2 saves, 1 each, and assists are coming in from everybody. So we're being generous tonight. We're not just relying on the dipping and the dodging and the dancing, and we're turning it into some teamwork. Good to see you, TGI Torque. Cool about to go off in round 2. Cool's always potentially about to go off. You never know when she's gonna step up and start just raining points on you. She's worked hard, and it's showing in her play. This Tyro team actually has really enjoyed a nice rise. This is their 4th season of play. They started in season 3, and there's been some consistency across their team roster. Of course, Luke, the one you see, the caster, and has been the team captain and sort of owner and runner of this team since day 1. But there's been some consistent players all the way through, roughly. I mean, he's been the one that stayed all the way through. Beach Floppas is actually a new combo team with players from all over. So, as they do, we reshuffle the deck pretty much every season or with a lot of teams, and friends try new things, or new competitors find that they like to play with such and such better than such, and so we scramble the deck a little bit, and that's what comes out. So we're just kind of hanging out here in between rounds. Let's go pop into. You guys can't see. Let me go pop into the locker rooms and see if we have any trouble on the horizon. Looking at Spark, we do have a 4v4 still. Looking at the people, there are 4 blue bodies moving around. Let's look at the orange side. 4 orange bodies moving around. So I have no clue why we have stopped, but we have stopped. So they can do that, and you know, it's perfectly legit. We are now unpausing, so I can see that the clock is counting down. We're gonna have 44 more seconds after with these 3 seconds pop right here, so I have a little bit more time to talk to you folk. This being the week 4, so we're still, you know, looking for some of those leveling of the stars and the MMRs to stabilize back out. Yeah, it is kind of weird to see that plat diamond. I'm sorry, that plat star on the 118 lower than the gold that's ranked 77, but that could very well mean that that Team Tyro had a good week last week and kind of made a run and is now going to be protecting or earning their platinum in this game with a win. So, you know, it is kind of is what it is, and you know, you can't really guess all the time on the surface as to what these things are, but you know, there's lots and lots of factors as to why things are the way they are in the first 4 weeks of the season. Things definitely do stabilize quite a bit more as we get further on in the season and the things start looking more aligned. So look forward to that. On the joust, we have Chuck.Norris moving out and getting the throw picked off from the other side. So we're going to go right back on the orange side. Looking at that fight over on the far side, it is 2 blue bodies, Pip and Nico, who just got picked off by Chuck, and that was Carl. So that goes back into the blue side where there's a nice defensive stack waiting for the disc. And we're going to play a little ping pong back and forth for a minute here. So it is now blue team. That is beach floppas working the watercolors. So looking like their beach selves with their best beach summer bodies, and moving across the floor there over to Pip, and Pip over now to Wiggles. No, that's not off. That's not Wiggles that scored. That's off Wiggles. Wiggles just got a technical goal probably called on him, or something went off their head. So unfortunate moment there for Tyro. They were close to saving the disc, but they didn't quite get it. So that one goes to an unknown blue player at the moment. In my book, I didn't see exactly who was on the drive. Pip now taking the steal, bounces it off the Geo, so it'll be an opportunity. That one, an opportunity is to Cool Whip, who backs it out to Chuck. Chuck now chucking it across, has nobody there except the blue squad to pick that one up on the fly, and oh, the flipper back there from Nostra to Pip, and Pip finishes that one off for the second 2-pointer of this round. Kind of looks like last round. I do believe Beach Flop has started out with a couple of unanswered goals, and then it was our friends from Tyro NA who did pick up the slack a bit and start bringing the goals in. So we'll see how Wiggles handles this one. They got the pass over to the left side. We'll follow that near, and Chuck's got the disc and throws it up to Cool Whip. Cool Whip's got a back pass, so she takes that one, and now we bounce it off the wall. Unfortunately, is looking for the right tunnel over there, but didn't get it. Disc bouncing off the ceiling, Wiggles under heavy pressure. 2 players there, beats them both, gets the disc passed, and again passed with Chuck over to Cool Whip. Cool Whip taking a long shot, doesn't have the lane, and does get it picked off in the fly. So Nico Rift is going to bring this one back for the Beach Floppas as they move on to offense. That's Nico up to Lufo. Lufo now getting the bouncer off the floor. That one could be dangerous if it has the angle. It does not, and it has defense there as well. So Chuck bringing the blood pressure down a little bit for Team Tyro, as the substitute does sometimes. Chuck being the league sub tonight for Team Tyro NA. And shoots that one forward completely, and Cool Whip is taking care of business. She finishes that one off. No problem whatsoever. All the way downfield, just waiting for it. And that will be the first 2 points for Tyro NA in round 2. 7 minutes to go. We have a game here as we had in the last round. It kind of looks just like the last round, to be perfectly honest. That is going to be Lufo moving out, getting a little bit of a disco disc. Hopefully that is not the servers deciding to take a break. The pings do not look good exactly for everybody right now either, so we might be having a little bit of issues. The disc is free in the orange disc and reclaimed by Cool Whip. Cool Whip working for Tyro there, and that shot was bounced off the back. Nico takes that bouncer off the back wall and just applies it again. Second attempt makes the real attempt, and that is there. Yeah, there's really no comparison of ranks in EU to NA. It's just they are two vastly different things now, and cannot be compared in my humble opinion. The EU region being so small that there's no way to really calculate the balance of skill and rank in a way that would be even comparable anymore. So that being what it is, we'll keep marching forward. This is a timeout, and the timeout taken by Tyro NA. I'm sure they're looking to talk things out in their side. Oh, but there's a player drop on the side of Beach Floppas, so perhaps taking advantage of this opportunity of the pause to reset a headset or something like that, or I don't know. That's a little bit interesting that Tyro took the pause, but it is Beach Floppas who are down a human at the moment in their Echo chassis. They're right back though. So we have our 4v4, and we're paused for a minute here. We do have all four bodies over here on the orange side, so they could just be chatting a bit about how they're going to approach things, or they could be looking at those pings and the server issues that we're saying. Oh, pings are crazy on the blue side, as well as a couple on the orange. So that actually is probably most likely the reason why we have stopped here. Let me take a little spin around here and you guys can see this. Yeah, triple digit pings across the whole board here. Dang, man. We are in the illustrious Dallas servers right now, so I've been hearing through the grapevine that has been a source of pain for some. As you see the pings drop back down, Chuck.NotNorris now in the sub 15 ping, like you do when you're somewhere near the servers. So, the Texas guy gets his benefits. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that if we were to bounce to another server, we would probably do much better than we're doing right here. But we did just weather a pretty substantial ping storm there. So yeah, I know. I mean, I see you guys in chat. It's no fun having ping problems. This is a network game. This is a game that has to be played over the internet, and unfortunately, some days the internet is just unpredictable. The cloud providers can have load issues, or they can have resource issues. They can have just routing issues, and things can linger for days and days and days, and we just don't really know why. But yeah, one of them has dropped off and probably might be looking for a fresh server. So we might be jumping out of this thing. Unfortunately, this is probably going to slow us down to the point where yep, there goes 2 of the orange squad. I anticipate 3 and 4 momentarily, and probably an invite to the caster saying, hey, we just vacated. So nothing on my DMs just yet, but I anticipate that we will start seeing. Yep, everybody's dropping out. Let me see if I can get a little message in to the players here. Yeah, I know. Cool. You told me. So invite me when you get there. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately for us, we are sitting watching Nico Rift wave at us and do a little dance. It looks kind of a sad dance at that. So let's see, we got another spark link from Pip, so I'm gonna bounce us out of here so you guys get to enjoy the ride as we watch the whole thing go. What? So we have 6 minutes and 18 seconds. So they've corrected it. 6:19 is what they put on the board. It is 2-6 Tyro, so we're there. Go ahead. Ready. Let's see if this set of pings looks any better as we bounce around. Perhaps, let's see, is anybody... Yeah, somebody's in that locker room. There we go. That one looks moderately better. Nico Rift is still sitting at 100, but it looks like we've gone into, based on Chuck's ping, I'd imagine Chicago. We went to Virginia Beach. So we're on, I think we're on the AWS servers now, and you know, that's a change in service provider from Dallas. So hopefully that will take care of our problems and we'll be able to go on our journey. Let me just give one more ready up into the channel, and so in case they didn't see that, let them know that I'm ready. If they're ready, they have to set a bunch of rules, and yeah. Let's go. So yeah, they have to set a bunch of rules, make sure everything's right, the disc is in the right position, So the last thing that happened on the scoreboard was that Nikarif scored a 2-pointer, and that would have been, Nikarif is on the blue side, so the disc should be on the orange side, so we should see it spawn here momentarily if everybody got everything right. Please. Go. There we are. Everything in order. That's how our experienced players take care of business. They know exactly how this does. Yep, spawn ping did settle down a little bit. Nico's now bouncing around the high 90s, so that's totally acceptable. And now we go back into play. So we see Tyro NA rolling out. They're trying to get some points on the board. They need points on the board now because they are trailing in the round 2 and they lost the round 1. So it is definitely in their best interest to keep on keeping on. That is Chuck.Not Norris handling the disc, moving it forward and getting the pass. Oh, but it is denied by Lufo. Lufo working that defense really strongly in the goal. Beautiful, beautiful save. Chuck on the chase there, gets it picked up, and under a little bit of pressure brings it over to Carl. Carl's looking at it, a couple of people on his tail, so they get tossed through. Here comes the stack. A little duck and dodge there to Chuck. Chuck handling that one. A lot of traffic going through the goal, so not surprising that one went in. And it is now just a 2-point lead for the Beach Floppas, maintaining that 6-point total. So we'll see how... Oh, why is the pause still showing? That's kind of interesting. That's a little buggy on mine. Sorry. Let me see if I can just reset that. Boop. Boop. There we go. Nice to have a reset button. Pip UI handling the disc now on the blue side, trying to get it out, and bounces off of Carl's head. So Carl working that noggin strategy, you know, using the big brain. Under a little bit of pressure with the with the cross pass there, over to Chuck. Chuck works well in this low right corner, so you have to be really careful. Don't let him get in there close to the goal, because that is a danger zone for him. Wiggles now on the command. She's got the disc and just waiting for somebody to come out and greet her. A little bounce pass off the ceiling, and then a geo flip as the disc goes free. Does not find its intended target on that flip pass. Pip picking it up and tossing it through. So we are looking at a running race. Nico had a line but didn't have the throw. Clean up on aisle 7, care of Pip, and Pip takes care of that one. It is now 8-4. Beach Floppas in the lead still, so we have just over 4 minutes to go on the clock, and that will go by super fast because, you know, that's how it works here. We are going to be just probably 2 minutes late to our next game, so hopefully this doesn't reverberate too far down, even though we switched servers. Round 1 did go to, oopsie, I lost track of that because we switched servers. One moment, I will go back and look. Round 1 was 10-7, 10-7 on the side of blue. So do bear with me. Round 1. 7 orange, 10 blue, and we will go 0-0 there so we can see who won. Okay, that should work. There we are. So with 3 minutes to go, we see Beach Floppas dropping the disc, getting the disc, I'm sorry, back deep in their zone. They clear it out immediately, so good clear. And that one is brought up by Nico. Nico looking for that shot off the backboard, but not quite getting it. There's another shot attempt off the backboard, not quite getting that one. It just catches the the outer ring of that, which throws it outward instead of toward the goal. So that long clear by Cool Whip, she's taking care of defense there, trying to get it out of the zone, but Lufo's back with a back line trying to bring it back in. So opposing thoughts there, of course. Chuck.Not Norris under pressure by Pip, dances away, still has Pip on his tail, gets the throw, but Lufo has another idea for that one. It's going to go back the other direction instead. So that is now a nice attack in the bubble, but we see it flipped away. So Lufo now bringing it back toward, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We go back into the blue zone. Chuck.Not Norris has the handle on the disc and is moving through space, dipping and dodging, getting everybody out of the way. But the blue squad is there in force, so brings it back into the orange side. The disc is careening, but then it gets picked up by Nostra. Nostra looking around, got a little pressure, lots of people in the goal. So it will be difficult to try to solo this thing through. They're going to need a pass to get out of there. And that is just basically a fight. 50-50 fight going on over there. Cool Whip won that one. Lufo this time picking the disc up, bringing it back over. Is not online for a shot or a pass. So it now winds up being Carl's to take care of and send back to the other side. Clips the Geo, but does wind up at a favorable bounce to the teammate. But then it gets sailed back into the other side. That is Chuck picking up the loose disc, finishing that one up and making it a 2-point game.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
VRML is rating us with a party of 50. Well, thank you so much. Palador was over on VRML 1 with a master tier game. And thanks for everybody joining us here. We are in progress. We saw Beach Floppas take round 1 in a pretty close round. It was a 3-point game. And then we took a little break and moved from one server to another. So that's why we're still rolling here. And we are in round 2 where Beach Floppas are maintaining a tiny little lead and trying to make that lead be a little bit bigger. Offense is still working hard on that cause, and they get that one done right there to bring it up to a 4-point lead. Pip off the hand of Nico Rift, and that one is a really nice little dunker there. Nice to see the teamwork. Chuck did not join Team Tyro. Chuck is a league substitute tonight and is in range for Tyro NA. Everybody's covering that one. Thanks for all the help there in chat. Wow, the interception right away from Lufo off that first pass. Chuck giving some busyness there to Lufo. Lufo trying to shield and shielding well, but not, but shielding enough to get the disc, but not enough to get the shot there. 5 seconds left in this one. This is inevitable, and that is going to be round 2 for the Beach Floppas. Nice little 2-rounder game. Little interruption in the middle, not a big deal though, as we bounced from one server to another. But that brings us to our scoreboard, which will be inevitably a little bit shy of points and things. So that one, unfortunately, sorry, I didn't record the score, which was 6-10. So 6-10. 2 10-point games there back-to-back for the Beach Floppas. I guess they like that number. And my picture is right here. Hi. We're going to go ahead and try to jump out of this one real fast and see if we can find us another game. I have a couple more to cast, so hopefully we can see you on the other side of that, and we'll just keep on going. But we'll be right back. Alrighty-o, we are back, and this is going to be a little bit different game. It's a little bit different kind of overall thing, look and feel, whichever you want to say it. This is going to be Blurred versus Chad Meister. So we're going to do this one. I'm going to tell these teams they can ready up. Unfortunately, they're going to do us a little bit of a disservice by having us a 3v4. So unfortunate that, but it is what it is, I guess, and we will take that as it is. Not preferred, not desired, not the best kind of watch, but you know, it's what the teams are going to bring us tonight. So on the left side, the orange side of the arena, we have Blurred, and Blurred is fielding right now a team of J Diesel. I'm sorry, let's ready up. Let's talk about teams once we get in there. So off we go into the arena and immediately paused. So don't know why that would happen, but you know, don't ready up if you're not ready to go, because that's kind of jarring to the other team. Absolutely. So on the teams, we have on the orange side we have J Diesel, Waffle Life, and Your Dash, and then on the side of Chad Meisters, we got what is that? My name? My goodness, we'll call him Chog. Yeah. Chog is good. And then we have GX Zona, and we have Rare Hog, we'll call him Rare, and the last one Oka O, so we'll call that one Oka. But yeah, Channel 2 does not have channel points, so there is no wagering on this. This is Newton Dash, who is camping out on Channel 2 the last couple of days. That's just kind of the way it's been. So we're going to just bop back out of this thing and go back to our scoreboard, and you guys can look at me rather than looking at nothing. And yeah, so let me give you a little refresh for that scoreboard so we don't get any stray people in there. They did have a fifth person hanging about, but now they're gone. So we don't need those scores from the last game either, so glad we looked at that. So there we go. We are ready to rock and roll here just as soon as the teams decide that ready up is the thing they really want to do. So, you know, sometimes we just have to wait. I don't know if they're going to try to get them a league sub. I did communicate with the players, and they said, yeah, they were playing a 3v4. So, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, hopefully we don't have to sit here, and if we do sit here more than a couple more minutes, we're going to have to basically bail on this game in favor of the one that follows it. So be ready to play, especially when you are casted, is the message we're giving here. I know I whine a lot. I mean, I want to bring you guys some really cool matches, and I don't want you sitting around just listening to me yammer on about nothing. So, you know, watching a game is way more fun than me yammering about, you know, the finer points of not being in the match. But you know, here's a little PSA. When you get in the arena and your team is ready to play, you don't need to change any rules whatsoever on that rules podium. We had some people have an idea the other night about changing rules, and they put in stop the clock, and stop the clock is about the worst thing you can do to a caster on a schedule, because that is pain. So yeah, the private match rules are set. They're designed to be set for you for your VRML match. That's what Ready at Dawn has been generous enough to do. Oh, and okay, well, we delayed just long enough to get us a fourth player on the Blurred side. So Death Troller rolling in the match here, and we will roll into round one again with 8 seconds left on the countdown. Now looking at a 4v4, so there you go. Can I take my channel points back and put them on the other team? There's no wagers. What are you talking about? You just sit here and get channel points. There's nothing to spend them on. But there's some money well spent. Chad Meisters are using their friends Rare and bringing those first 2 points into the arena. So that will be the first points for Chad's, and the Blurred team is going to have to step up and try to answer that call. Yeah, I don't know if they got Chicago or not. That one looked a little interesting. I don't think it was actually a Chicago. It could have just been a steelback. Oh, but here comes Chad Meisters again. The interception on the rollout, but now the scuffed pass, it winds up making that a free disc, and that's picked up by Death. Death moving it forward to Ur. You're getting it stolen out of their hand mid-throw and stolen right back, says Death. No, we're not done over here. Death is inevitable. Death is unavoidable. So Death sends it over to Waffles. Waffle bringing it to Ur, and you're getting it taken back yet again. GX Zona now moving through and getting the pass into the other side. It is now going to be free, though, again, as the disc is just a little bit loose. We do mention sometimes that, you know, some of the differences between the higher and the mid-level play is, you know, it just comes down to execution and accuracy. And you can kind of see that here. A lot of free disc time in games and in this sort of ranking zone. So, you know, in the higher ranks, you'll see a lot more possession. People, you know, almost continuously holding the disc in some way or another. Versus this, like, for instance, that disc was free and that stack had a chance to form, and unfortunately Chadmeisters didn't have anybody in a stack on the defensive side, so they got beat to the disc, stunned, and then points scored. So Blurred putting points on for the first time this round, and Waffled Life is at the hand of that one. So off we go. Yeah, you put 30,000 points on nothing, friend. There's no wagering on this channel. This is a wholesome channel. This is one you can let your mom watch. Okay, so Waffled is bringing that one out for the Blurred squad, and it goes off the ceiling, kind of bouncing free. We'll see who gets there. It is going to be the pair of Blurred players, and Death Driller takes care of that one, knocking it all the way through and into the goal from 3-point land, and that is becoming a nice start for them. I'm just going to take a quick look over here at the roster. Yeah, Death Driller is actually on the Blurred squad, so an actual rostered player, just I guess late to the game, but they did show up, so good on them. Thank you for playing. Thank you for showing up. Good to have you. That one is brought into play by the blue squad, but immediately taken over by Blurred. Blurred now having a nice couple of throws at the goal, but not quite online. That's UR Dash getting the cross pass over, and Death Driller taking care of that one. You can tell that Death Driller is absolutely the shooter on this squad. They have a lot of good positioning, a lot of good speed on that disc. That was an 18 from 4 meters out, and that basically becomes inevitable points because it's hard to miss and it's hard to pick one up from that close. Rolling out into the arena is the Chadmeister squad. They get it picked off in their zone, so it comes right back, raring to go into the zone, the valley, high valley this time, and brought back over by QX Zona, so they throw it back deep into the orange side. That one's handled by, that was Rare. Rare taking care of it, but getting it picked off. So again, turnovers. That's going to be a big factor in this game, is who has the disc and how much, because possession does win games at this level. Passing looks good back and forth between those two orange players. The Blurred team work and the teamwork making the dream work. High pass over to J Diesel. Diesel getting it done, tossing it in and making that one happen at 18 meters per second anchor. What a nice shot up there from Ness. Watch that on the replay. The bouncer coming, or actually the high pass coming up. Diesel grabbing a hold. Dancing around, screenshot. Unfortunately, we don't see the rest of that, so I need to take a look at my settings on this particular profile. I will look at that in a moment. J Diesel handling the disc, moving forward, finding the teammate Waffled. Waffled moving on the floor, slowing things down, looking like a very polished team at the moment. Just, you know, unfortunately, the execution of the passes is just a little bit off. So that's what those things that you need to be working on with your squad, you know, making those nice clean passes. Don't rush them. You know, if you're not under pressure, don't rush your pass. And if you are under pressure, get a good pass towards some people that can help you out. Cross pass is good there. And Blurred takes a sizable lead here now. 9-point lead. Not feeling any pain. Clearest vision what you can have, as Chadmeisters are now looking at half this round gone and a very, very steep hill to climb. There we go. GX now rolling out and seeing a little bouncer coming off the valley. J Diesel picking that one up, free disc for the moment, and it winds up going to the other side, to the top side of the valley. That one in the Sky Trench gets a little ride and curve, but wow, what a read from the player coming in. That was Oka Oh, and it winds up off of Jay Diesel's head, but that was Oka on the hand there, getting the read and getting that one done. Not getting any credit though. Hey EJP, so you're saying slow-mo replay is about 5 seconds off the goal? Well, yeah, I mean the design initially was 11 seconds, and then we doubled it, going half the speed. So if I didn't reset my replay time on this particular profile, that's probably what's happened. And channel 2 is not where I tend to cast a lot, so could very easily be wrong. Nice throw in there from Zona. Zona, now we got a bounce back, and it's under pressure, kind of a loose disc now. We're moving around and high. It's in the sky trench as people gather at the river here to see what's going to happen. Is Death Toller picking that one up, bringing it in. Nice, attempt to bring it into the zone, kind of dumping it into the bubble, hoping somebody else was there. Wow, the lane opens up for the cleanup, and that's another 18 from Death. Death knocking him in with speed all day long here. I'm gonna run to sideline cam and take a quick look at my setting if I can. Get on sideline. Get over there. Yeah, there we go. Okie dokie. Here we go. Yeah. So we see the pass come in, and that is Chadmaster's trying to make something happen in the last 2.5 minutes of this round. They're again fighting an uphill battle. They need at least 3 3-pointers. Actually, they need exactly 3 3-pointers to tie this, as they are trailing by 9. But rallying up 3 3-pointers in a row against a team that you're already trailing by 9 points is not exactly the easiest thing to do, especially with the defense looking like that. Waffled handling that one and throwing it back out into the trap zone, but there is a player out there waiting for it. That is Chog. Chog's been hanging out in the back line the whole time. Have not said their name much at all, actually, the whole round. That pass going high across, and there we go. QX Zona finishing that one off, but it's still 2 minutes to go, and we got still the big lead up in front of us. It's now cut down a little bit, but still plenty to go here. Little correction on the timing of that replay, so now you get to see the whole thing, but really I don't think you got to see the whole thing because it was probably not buffered up. All right, so off we go here. It's a fun day here on Channel 2. This is a nice part about Channel 2. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, Blurred on the roll now, moving forward. It is your dash, and then Death taking a shot at it again. That one just a little bit high, but it cleaned up by Jay Diesel behind them, and now a nice pass into Yor. Then stun comes in, but Diesel on the roll finishes that one. It's going to be, a little less than a minute to go when possession comes in here. A very, very tough ask now for Chadmeisters to pull this one into vision, but I think Blurred is going to continue to finish this one off with it in their favor. Blue side rolling out, looking for a little bit of maybe some souvenir points, perhaps. As the disc comes back into their zone, it immediately bounces off the Geo on the first throw, unfortunately for them. Taking a look at things from Death Toller's point of view. That one is onto the far side. They're challenging and getting a little rain in there. Looking for a boost, but doesn't find it. So we'll go find the disc on the other side. That's going to be it's going to be a nice 50-50 there as the disc gets slapped away. Waffled Life had it next, so there we go. And now Death has it. They're just going to wind this clock out. 22 seconds to go. Nothing left to happen here except the end of the round. Maybe an extra throw into the goal like that. Jay Diesel adding some stats to their line, but we see the last 10 seconds come off the clock, and that will be the first round to Blurred. Nice work, Blurred. We will put your logo on the screen right now. And a nice logo it is. Very legible, very clean, not blurred at all. So here we are. Hey, Smooth Riding. We are looking at the middle of round 1. 17-6 is the tail of the tape, and what an uphill battle Chadmeisters were seeing. Just kind of struggling to get anything going in their favor. Blurred saw a nice balanced attack. You know, the only one really not getting in the action was as everybody dances around, was Ur didn't get any points, but everybody else kind of took care of business and got things done. So we are seeing a little bit of player dancing here. I don't know if we're getting a sub in or what's going on next, but we'll see. There's more than 4 players in the arena. It could just be a coaching visit. As lots of teams at this level like to have their teams coached, and sometimes those guys pop in and say hi during the during the middle of the round. So yes, Zenzi, I saw your DM and thank you for that. Sometimes we get a little scuffed, and it's hard to pick up the whole round, but we did that. We did the best we could with your game the other day. Appreciate just even giving us a chance to sit in there and do stuff. All right, so here we go. We're gonna move into the middle of the arena. Oops, there we go. Disc goes into off the blue heads and into the orange side of the arena. Picked up by the blue squad. That is going to be a new player in. That is Mitchell or Michelle. Don't know how to. I guess Mitchell. Rare taking the shot there. Chad Meister's stirring the pot here a little bit to maybe see if they can make a different stew in round 2. Nice to see the player swap. This is a thing that I've seen a couple times now in casting. Just even this season, we didn't usually see teams that had more than 4, 5, 6 players do roster swaps in the middle of a game. Typically, you'd see the same roster through the whole game, but that's starting to move around now. People start moving players around and subbing them in more like soccer or basketball style. Ooh, what a nice bouncer that happened there. Death Toller coming in hot, bouncing it off the backboard, bringing the first 2 points on the board for the Blurred squad. But yeah, it's an interesting meta as it develops over time, and we did see player swap there, so nice to have Mitchell joining us there, and into round 2. We'll see if they make a difference for the Chadmeister squad. You never know what can happen. First pass is good. It bounces off the sidewall, but does make it to intended target. Passing looking really clean on the side of Chadmeisters, and they are definitely feeling a little bit more frisky and frosty this round. So we'll see if that doesn't continue all the way through as they mount their first lead in the round 2. Is now 4-2 on the side of Chad. Chad's looking to maybe even this thing out and go to round 3. Who knows? Blurred rolling out. Kind of a slow roll. No pressure yet from the Chad side. A little defy me action going on from QXZona in that mid zone. No shot there. It just winds up bouncing off the wall as we move forward into the blue bubble. It is now J Diesel working on the ceiling, bringing that one across, getting it over to Death Toller. Death Toller cross-passing, looking, but having nothing but blue bodies and making that connection as the disc winds up in the mid zone in the valleys and get it brought back into the orange side. So nice long hurl there and transition happening here as the defense now rolls back into place. So they got an opportunity to not get attacked on there while they moved back. Diesel now with the disc, marching forward, gets it immediately taken away, or at least stunned away. They attempted the Dusty and got a little interrupted, but Diesel picks it back up and finishes that one. 16 meters per second. We're seeing all sorts of speed on that player's throws all night long. See the anchor. They move forward. They get the interception stun combo there, anchor to the shield, and finish that one off. Timing's a little interesting on that right now. Uh-oh, disco disc. That's not a good thing. Last time we saw this, we had to move servers. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, the pings just went through the roof, and now we just saw a dropout. So, unfortunately, we are on Dallas yet again. We need to not play in Dallas. Oh my goodness, guys, don't pick Dallas. Pick another server. If you go to the central servers, let us draw you a server out if we need to. But wow, Dallas is just having a night tonight, and has been having a night. That was a headbutter, I do believe. Nope, that was just a hand on it. So. Chog got the hand on that one and finished it off for Chadmeisters as a long pass came through. Ooh, so the pings did subside, but we are now in a one-person advantage, or a power play situation, so to speak, with Blurred being on the short end of the stick there on the power play. So they're playing a 3-person. Seeing that one bouncing, squirting through there as it gets back into the defense's hands. They march it forward on the person advantage now. They have 2 versus 1 back there. So it is the defense, Waffled, working really hard to just keep the disc out of trouble and keeping it out of trouble. Death flings it forward and to the near side. Is a chase on, and that was a good chase by the stack. Death Toller getting to balance, and we'll see if the orange stack can get in there. They don't quite get there in time. It is Blue picks it up and brings it back the other direction. A long throw. Nobody in the region yet, but J Diesel picks it up off the bounce and off the shield and brings it back into out of trouble, back into trap. Stacks working pretty well now in the front for Orange as they need it, as I believe they're dropping one player back, kind of mining the back line. You can see him just on the other side of the tunnel there. Moving forward is Waffled. Waffled looking for a friend, but really has to just back it out now because they're getting pressured. Now they need to build the stack the other direction. That is Death moving around on the Geo. Lots and lots of ping here. This is pretty unbearable, honestly. I'm surprised they're not pausing, or at least looking for a pause to get out of here. Wow. Jeez, guys. This is, unfortunate. Yeah, you hate to have technical issues like that. Shot not good. That's a little flipper, but Waffled Life gets it stolen, and through the ping, that is Mitchell finishing that one up. It is 8-4 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I'd be really surprised if we didn't see a pause, as well as perhaps, a reset to get us out of here. This is, unfortunately, a lot to get through for the players, and I don't blame them for taking that pause right there. So yeah, okay. We'll see what happens here. They're taking the pause. Let me pop into the locker room and see if anybody's leaving. Nope, they're just gonna unpause. So they probably don't realize the magnitude of that ping spike or that lag spike because it was substantial. I saw, everybody in the arena into the hundreds zone. Uh-oh, that pause is coming off. Everybody, we gotta go play. Either play or pause, guys. The orange squad is not mounted up, so they are gonna see Blue come out. Oh, they did beat him out there. They were way back in their locker room when the klaxon came on, so it was a little scary. Oh goodness, lots of disco disc. My goodness, get out of there! Get out of there! Where did the disc even go? Bounces off the ceiling, kinda, and wow, yeah. Don't know what to say about that. Yeah, pause. So yeah, this is I think what we need to do is perhaps just let this one do what it's gonna do and jump to the next match. They're probably going to have to do a server switch. They're probably going to have to do a lot of things. And honestly, this is really kind of a rough spot to put the players in on a casted match when they're really, these guys are, I mean, this is like their first match casted, most of them. So it's kind of a tricky place to get through. So yeah, technically they're not allowed to pause twice, but they're in a technical issue of the ping being super awful now. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll us to an intermission here, and we're going to go find the next match because this one's going to be in dire straits for a while. So off we go into intermission, and I will be jumping into the next match right away. Okay, yo. Well, hopefully we have better luck with this one. Let's check the server real fast to see where we are. We're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so perhaps this will be a better one. I am Newton Dad, Newton Dash, Newton something, Newton everything. We are going to roll the dice on this match, and hopefully we can make it through all the way. This one is Vaulted versus Below Zero 2.0. Makes you wonder what 1.0 was like. But I'm going to tell these teams to ready up, and we're going to try this one on for size. We'll see if this one actually can make it through. So, I don't know why Free Smoke is sending me a Spark link, because I'm not casting your match, friend. Okay, so yeah, looking at the arena, we've got blue team ready. And hopefully we'll see that orange team ready shortly as well. So this one's going to be an interesting one for me. Again, not a real familiar set of players here. This is Operation, you know, put a lot of new faces on screen and see what happens. So I'm happy to see all 42 of you guys along with this thing. You know, we saw what happened in the last one. Thankfully, we're not in Dallas. We had 2 games in Dallas that both wound up being in a mess. So, you know, this being the 3rd attempt, maybe the 3rd time's a charm. This is the last one I'm going to attempt to do right now, or in this set. So Below Zero set the tone, coming out strong. Looks like this is a silver on silver match. So we will see how this one goes. Killjoy with the first 2 points of the match, and what a nice 2 points that one was. It was you know, looked like a speedy 14, kind of on the faster side of 14, but we see the team rolling out Vaulted getting the pass, or the first throw all the way into the tunnel, but is picked up by Simply Square. Gets a little touch there from Awesome Oo, but Awesome does not get it into the money zone, so it comes right back into the blue side now. So the backstack is chasing it down, and you know, the fact that there are, you know, 2 stacks working here side by side makes me know that the meta of this game just continues to grow by leaps and bounds. Titan Master now with the disc gets it into the bow tie area and brought back up by Blix. I'll call them Blix because that's what their name looks like, and I can't buy a vowel. That one turned back around by the Below Zero team. Little flipper up there behind the goal, and wow, what a finish. Killjoy taking all the love out from the Vaulted side, giving them sad faces, womp womp, but bringing a smile to their teammates. So that one is a nice little 2-pointer from the corner, 13 meters per second, and still keeping the rally going. Yes, Mark Ramsey, you can hear me, thank goodness. I am happy to have that happen. I bought a mic just for that purpose. We've got a free disc in the orange side, Vaulted on the defense now, moving back, got a goalie in place. That one, nice defense as the throw gets stunned and a soft little pass to the goalie happens. That one in the mid, though, doesn't make it all the way through. Blix now under pressure and gets it taken up by Cole. Cole, a little self-pass there. Interesting little self-pass. Let's find the disc there. Here we go. Cole now on the working side of that and getting a pass across, but I think they were looking for a shot. Maybe, maybe not. That one is slapped out by the defense. That is Titan throwing it deep into the other side. The defense is rolling back. The offense is not moving as fast, but there they go. They show up, and they show up at the right time with the right intentions with the fists up. So they stun the defender and move the disc now into the bubble area. Backing it up for a second, though. Minty. Nice to see you. Has the disc, throws it forward to Titan. Titan working it in the traffic zone, but they don't care. Driving the shoulder all the way into the goal and make those points happen. Minty, I think, is the first person in this game to call me Grandpa. I am not Grandpa yet, so Minty, hope your game goes well. Vaulted down by 3 right now, and that brings the disc back into play. Now, oh, yeah, Below Zero marching forward. Below Zero 2.0, twice as nice as the first one. Getting that corner shot. They like Killjoy, likes shooting from over there. Let's take a look at that angle. My goodness, that is a hard angle. Well, okay, they anchor. They have a little bit of a zone to work with, but you can see, you know, it's not exactly a simple shot. That one rolls out. Okay, here we go. We got it, and Minty's moving forward with a friend. That one bounces off the Geo, and Blix is handling it now. So, or maybe it's Blacks. I don't know. Blix, Black. The name doesn't have vowels. How do you say that? Vaulted, working their cause, bringing it up. Yeah, you guys are having fun over there, aren't you? No channel points. No channel points. And no gambling. This is channel 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2-point game. That is below 0, doing the dribble to come out there that time and getting it successfully past the defense a little bit, or at least half the defense. Here comes the blue squad. They get stunned as they try to dial in the disc, reel in the disc, and now dancing on the floor is Minty. Minty has all the moves and gets it past the 2 offensive players, but only for a moment. That is reclaimed off the sky and brought back now into the other side. Minty again on the hand of that one. It is low and moving out now. Cole playing the defensive spot there. Killjoy, who likes that front right corner. We'll see if they don't walk back to that corner to shoot. Nope, they get just stolen, and it's stolen right back. Is simply working the cause. A one-on-one there with the goalie, and that one is good to go. Awesome OO takes care of business one-on-one with a personal matter with the goalie and wins it out.
11, 10, 9, 8,
Smooth riding. What's going on, man? You still here? Glad to have you, friend.
3, 2, 1.
Vaulted rolling out. Looking at a possession and a defense coming right down their throats, as we saw. Stack working on the left side, trying to get through, but doesn't get moving fast enough, so it is turned over to the defensive Stack waiting. That one moving into the tunnel, but brought off the Geo. Interesting bounce. Turned over there. Minty now chunking it back to the other side. It just winds up off the Geo again. Geo is playing good defense in this game, kind of mixing things up, playing the equalizer. Lots and lots of throws going off there. The goalie comes out to get that one, but ooh, might be careful there because that's dangerous. 2 players in the neighborhood. Doesn't wind up in points, so it's all okay in the end. That one being a one-on-one now and brought back out, but winds up being like a reset to below 0's backliner. Ooh, as the disc is free just outside the bubble and dangerously, the blue player does get stunned out. Now brought back in. Cole moving it forward. Cole P35 to friend Killjoy. Killjoy finding the under. Awesome, looking for the hook shot over the head, but doesn't quite execute it completely. And a disc is now in the hands of the defense, trying to get it out of the zone. Nice pass out, but not enough mustard on that one to get it to the other side of the arena. So it's free disc a moment. Yep, as it bounces around, the Stack misses that one. Cole with a forward pass. And not to anybody. Again, so, you know, as I mentioned in the previous, as we go down the tiers, you'll see the accuracy of the passing falling off just a little bit. The execution, you know, the possession being less people and more disc floating. So, you know, and that's really a minor thing when you get down to it. These teams play so well compared to even 2 seasons ago. Season 3, Season 4. You know, this was a much higher level of play for Season 4. So, you know, the game continues to get better and better and better. And congrats to everybody who studies the game and plays the game competitively and for fun. Glad to have you here in Echo Arena VRML, especially as we see Blix moving forward, bouncing off the Geo, fools the defender, gets the low pass to Minty, and they finish that one off to bring this one to 2 points. So they are by all means not out of this. Smooth riding, chilling in the Echo Twitch stream. Cardamom Dash, nice to have you there. Zenzi as well. I saw Zamasu there as well. We've seen most of these players that are watching play on this channel in the last 24 hours, as I've been blitzkrieging and making up for some lost time as I took a few days off from the old casting. Doesn't mean I was doing nothing. I was working, but you know, it is what it is. Hard to get the time sometimes. Okay, the disc is just playing a little game of ping pong, so we will enjoy the pinging and the ponging. And that is now a forward progress. So the below 0 team, look at that. Awesome. Taking that little one-toucher and making that into a couple more points. Just trying to keep that lead out of touch for Vaulted, who just keeps nipping at the heels. We'll see if Vaulted can execute like that shark and find the kill before this is over. Moving forward. Oh, there's zippy stack coming at us. But it's the slow roller from Awesome, who just takes it out of the hand of the defender, the offender actually, as defender. Wiggles around on stick a little bit and gets it over to the Strandy Randy. Cole taking care of that one. I don't know if Cole was actually Strandy or if they were just pulling off from something behind, but they were over there just kind of hanging out, waiting for the pass, and lo and behold, it arrived. So nicely done. There we are. Moving into the next possession. Minty taking that one now. Everybody up there at the nest. Nobody really moving forward. Oh, heavy pressure from the player who was forward. The defense sending them a stack to deal with. That one bounces off the Geo, probably with the intention of being actually a clear. Is picked up by Titan. Titan bounces it off the back wall, so it's going to come over here to the near side. And that is picked up by Blix. Blix moving it across and has the player Minty in place. And the shot is good. Just out of Awesome's outreached hand. And that will be the end of round one. Round one going to Below Zero 2.0. Nice showing from them. Their first cast that I think they've had. I'm not sure if they've had one at all. I didn't look specifically, but I can. But that is round one in the hands of Below Zero. Why do I show up? I'm playing for Vaulted tonight. They sent me the invite and I joined them. So my scoreboard is a little aggressive about putting people on the roster there. I didn't actually play. I've been sitting here the whole time. I promise. They didn't want me. Trust me. They don't need me over there. So Below Zero looking good. Running the points on the board at the moment. And they have a score leader of Killjoy, who had a couple of nice opportunities from the back right corner. And then Cole coming in with 2, and Awesome Mobile coming in with 4. So lots of scoring across the board. Stuns in double digits. That's the one I like to see. 3 players on the side of blue. So Below Zero with 3 of them over there, knocking out the players on the Vaulted side. On Vaulted side, we do see 3 players with points. So a distribution exactly the same as what we saw on the other side. But unfortunately, not enough shots on goal going in, unfortunately for them. So just a couple of shots shy of the right way to do things. And we will see this guy starting momentarily. So the countdown starts and New Dad presses buttons. So here we go. All right, into the arena. And ooh, didn't get us to the middle. So there we go. Into the middle of the arena and watching that one go. Nobody's touched it since the headbutt. It's still doing the spinny thing. Killjoy with it. Sends it in, but, you know, kind of a half-hearted attempt there. The goalie was right there. I mean, sometimes you do get lucky. And, you know, it's not bad to shoot. They did have a couple people that maybe they could have stunned that goalie out. So free disc for a long time there, and nobody grabbed it until the orange man showed up. But that was a blue possession, so Below Zero is now going to be marching into the vaulted zone. Turnaround shot there off the clock is Awesome OO, and they take care of business. And 100,000 channel points just got bet on vaulted. Wow, that's really hard to do on this channel. But you keep doing it. It's all good. I need to close a couple of windows here because my stuff is going bloop, and I imagine you guys can hear it. So that is Vaulted rolling out, looking for their first points of the round. Below Zero now already taking care of their first points. So we see it slowed down ever so slightly by Titan, which is actually probably a good idea to calculate those throws just a little bit more. They got to pass across. They see that pass at Pac-Man, take the pass at Pac-Man. Free man over there now dancing around the Geo. Makes a little move on Nugget and gets the disc knocked away, but it's still reclaimed by teammates. So Titan gets the cross pass, but the cross pass was covered and stunned heavily. And now the disc goes out into play, and that is the orange team, Titan, picking it up and trying to turn it around back into the blue bubble. They get the back pass, so they will reset and start this thing over. Minty looking at it from down below, and wow, just takes the opportunity to put that one in right in front of the goalie. Disrespect, man. Disrespect.
11, 9, 8,
So Zenzi thinks Vaulted's going to win. That's an interesting and good prediction. We will see if that does or doesn't come to light. I am not making predictions, as I do not want to curse anybody, and they will curse me if I do curse anybody. So That is the defense claiming that disc and bringing it back out. A favorable bounce for the blue side now as Below Zero marches forward on a dribble. Killjoy taking the disc, marching into the goal. Oh, takes the try, does not finish it, but the pass bounces into a teammate's hand sent by simply up to Awesome. And that was a nice little finish. We will call that an awesome finish, if we will. That's a little too easy. Below Zero, up by 2. So this one going a little slower than the previous round. We see the blue box over there over the score, over the timer, so we know that Below Zero won round 1 and is attempting to put another one up on the board and call this one a night. But we'll see if Vaulted can get some momentum going here, perhaps put some points on the board like Zenzi thinks they will. Here they come. There's an attempt, and a good attempt at that. So Titan brings that one into the pocket. Where, you know, you can't get your head through there, right? No, you can't. I can get the camera through there, though. Because, you know, no clip. Hello, disc in the blue color, which means orange just scored and tied it up. So we have Below Zero marching out a little bit on a slow roll as that one goes just beyond where it wanted to by the player. They were looking for the outreach hand and didn't get it. Killjoy just sends it right back into Titan's hands. Titan bouncing it off some Geo, and now Blix taking care of that moving forward. Gets it loaded in the zone, but not to anybody in particular, so the dump does not wind up being productive. And the clear now is productive for the blue squad. That one coming really close to going in, but nobody home. And that will be a little more Killjoy action as they just take that Dunkachino and have a little biscotti with it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Vaulted needs to move out of the tube faster. Sage advice. This is, yeah, that's a little slow. You can get your bell rung and have that disc turn over. But they didn't need it. They turned it over anyways in the tunnel. So Awesome taking the half court and getting her done. My goodness. What a shot.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Not even a replay on that one. Really? How rude. This is what happens when you automate things. The robots, they revolt against you. Minty looking good up here, taking the disc. They're at a 5-point deficit at the moment, so they need to mount some points here and do it quick. They're halfway through this round as we see 5 minutes and 14 seconds tick off the clock. Passing looking really nice for the Vaulted squad, but that one's just a little bit off the mark. So Caster's Curse at its finest winds up in the turnover, and the disc goes hurling back into the orange side, just past the orange player. Simply now claiming that one. Has it at the Pac-Man, looking for friends. Moves forward, has a couple of friends up there. Killjoy anchored at the nest. Got a shoulder player as well, and one behind clock. And wow, all the options. And that one just shows up in points. So, you know, mark your man defense. You got to keep those players covered so those passes aren't nearly as easy. Yeah, don't lose your mental. Maybe take your time out, Vaulted, you know. This is the time to do it. If you start feeling things slipping away, take your time out. Talk about things. Figure out something else. Minty's under pressure. The stack's coming at him. The bounce there is in the neighborhood for the orange player, so we continue moving forward. Titan with the pass. That is Blix at the top looking for it, but not knowing full well that the goalie was in goal, so not taking the shot. Wisely so. They didn't have a defender back there to stun the goalie out, as they probably should. Ooh, that little skirter comes off the hands of the blue player, and it simply that made that one zip into the zone. The zero angle is no good that time. Titan grabs it, then back to Cole. Cole finishing that one up from just about 6 meters out there. 17 meters per second. That is more points for Below Zero 2.0. All right, we're looking at a little over 3 minutes left. Time is not on the side of Vaulted. They need to get moving. Get on your horse, Vaulted. Get on your horse. That is an essential pub rollout with a man in trench, taking the disc and trying to get things done, but covered heavily. Getting the trailer in there, and the long shot is tried, but denied, because Awesome OO says, nah, my hands are glue, man. Whatever you're going to throw is going to stick to me. The disc is free in the trap and is now going to be picked up by the blue side. Awesome, getting a little stun going as the drive-by happens. Killjoy hanging out nearby here, so we'll keep an eye on them to make sure they're not marking. Yep, they're going to move into the shield there as the disc is walked along the wall. Passed behind, and that was a stun from the defender who was marking that one nice and tight. So the defense now sends it out, but it is taken immediately by Simply now looking for the pass in and bounces off the shield. So that'll wind up being a conversion, turnover, whatever you want to call it, and it goes back the other direction for the side of Vaulted. Vaulted, please score something now, for goodness sake, for your cause, because time is not being your friend.
Way downfield. Interception.
It is a battle in the top of the trap area for the disc, and it goes back and forth a couple times there as it bounced across the middle of the zone here, and it is loose. Cole picks it up, it sends it back the other direction, deep into the orange side. We have people coming everywhere around from all parts of the arena to show up and try to grab this disc. Killjoy winds up with it, backs out a little bit, sends it forward. The player that he was sending it to was stunned. They couldn't move very well. Back pass looking good. Oh my God, as we go back in front and back behind the goal, and that just becomes a menace of a play there as Below Zero just keeps throwing points on the board, saying, okay, we're just going to keep going. You guys, it's up to you to pull this in. All right, so here we go, Vaulted. Minute and a half left. The maths are not working well in their favor. Awesome with the disc, especially with the time and lead, is not going to work very well for Vaulted if those things are happening for Below Zero. Possession for Below Zero plus points equals more points, and that equals more points even. So, yeah, there are lots and lots of those points. 17-4. 13 whole point lead. Minute left on the clock. This one's kind of whining out. Souvenir and highlight reels. The last call for getting your favorite souvenir cup, because the points are coming quickly from Below Zero's side, and they keep going. They might actually see themselves at 24, and now we know what happens there, and then the clock just stops for good. Now, 30 seconds left. Not enough time for any of that. None of that nonsense. It's just going to wind this one out, and possession in the side of the orange squad. Blix has it right now. Maybe they can get the final points of the game. Perhaps not. The disc goes back the other way, so maybe it'll be the blue squad putting on the last points of the game. Who gets the souvenir points? Concession stand is open. Still open. There's the shot. There's the denial. Blix getting themselves a highlight reel sort of save, and that will be the game. 2 rounds in the bag for Below Zero 2.0. And a nice showing in a silver on silver match. So, lots of fun to be had there, back and forth, over and over. And we see nice Killjoy riding that point wave. 13 points, just barely staying ahead of their teammate Asamoah with 11 points, and then tons and tons of support out of Cole and Simply, Cole with 3 saves. My goodness, and Awesome with 2. The saves are not easy to do, but look at all the saves on the Vaulted side. So that there's 6-7 saves on the Vaulted side. That things could have been a lot worse, but defense is something Vaulted was doing fairly well. Unfortunately, the offense of Below Zero just a little too more, too much more, a little too much, unrelenting, kind of pushing hard, getting things done. But that's going to do it for me for this set. So that was 3 games back to back. Little technical issues on the servers there today, but nothing that we had to worry too much about. It was all on the players and moving us around. So hope you guys had a good time. This is Echo Arena VRML Channel 2 Season 6 Week 4. I'm Newton Dash. Newton Dad, Newton something, whatever you want to call me. I am Newton. It's very fun to have you guys here. That's why we do this. It's good to have 2 channels running ever on VRML right now. So Divide and Conquer was the mission of the evening. But we will call this one done, and I will bid you adieu. Until the next one, we will see you in the arena.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.